Rumasala, a mountain range formerly famed as the Buona Vista, meaning the pleasant site, is located in the proximity of Galle, the ancient southern capital city of Sri Lanka. This extraordinary landmark is immensely and magnificently filled with phenomenal biodiversity, together with the renowned Buona Vista coral reef.
This unique and spectacular Rumasala mountain stretches its boundaries for 80 hectares. One special thing about Rumasala mountain is that it is just 3 kilometers away from Galle town.
The sacred house of gods amongst the villagers around this area, legendarily known as Valle Devalaya, is majestically situated on the point heading towards Madara. The second point lengthens facing the remarkable Galle city and its attractions along with the mounted Japanese Peace Pagoda on the hilltop overlooking the turquoise waters of the bay. The Rumasala Nature Field Center, situated amidst this surrounding, can be particularly introduced as an educational field resort that imparts the wonder and diversified environmental and educational aspects at Rumasala for the younger generation who are to be the creators of the future. Under the guidance of the Central Environmental Authority, the pioneering institute in Sri Lankan environmental conservation, John Keells Foundation, the corporate social responsibility entity of the John Keells Group, which is Sri Lanka's largest conglomerate listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange with a 150-year heritage, offered its services to establish this Nature Field Center in 2008.
This Nature Field Center was constructed by John Keells Foundation whilst providing its routine maintenance. The Central Environmental Authority's Southern Province Office is also doing the routine maintenance and conducting education programs in this center. This Nature Field Center is surrounded by historical Rumasala mountain, which inherits the ancient history of Sri Lanka, together with cultural and ecological significance.
The widespread folklore on Rumasala is woven round the mythical story written in Sanskrit texts Ramayana on the epic Rama and Sita tale. In the course of the warfare between King Rama and King Ravana, Hanuman, the demigod monkey warrior, had to bring a chunk from Himalaya mountain range. According to the historic folk tales, a portion of Himalaya fell down at the locality presently recognized as Rumasala Hilak. There is another popular folklore attached to Rumasala. According to that fabled story, the area had been used as a common resting ground for fishermen at night in the ancient period. The story goes, Rumasala has derived from Rumas Ala, meaning the resting place for nights. Some fishermen of the area can still be seen engaged in fishing at the base of this hill cliff, attesting the tales.
One of the main ecological features of the Rumasala mountain is the Buona Vista coral reef. It is one of the most pristine coral reefs what Sri Lanka ever had. But unfortunately in 1998, a major coral bleaching event has occurred which killed 80% of the corals. Then 2 subsequent coral bleaching events also destroyed most of the corals. The reef is bouncing back and I hope that it will be in the pristine condition few more decades to come.
Environmentalists have been voicing out their concerns for some time, how this precious natural coral reef, which has been deeply esteemed by tourists worldwide, is endangered due to various human activities. It's the responsibility of the general public of this country, civil organizations, Department of Coastal Conservation and Coastal Resource Management, and Ministry of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development to take timely steps to preserve the country's treasured resource, Buona Vista Coral Reef, and at the same time to prevent all kinds of activities that can bring harm on the coral reefs.
Because of the condition of the Buona Vista coral reef, the world-famous scientific friction writer and a diver, Sir Arthur C. Clarke too was attracted to this coral reef and he has dived extensively in this coral reef. So that is why Buona Vista was very famous at that time. It is an essential to emphasis on the biodiversity of the Rumasil Mountains, because in Rumasil Mountains you will find both dry and wet zone biodiversity. Not only that, there are coastal biodiversity also can be found in here. That is why Rumasil Mountain is a very special place for biodiversity of Sri Lanka. Rumasil Mountain is a special place for its flora. For example, the pushwell and some of the rattan species that are found in Rumasil Mountain is from the wet zone. And some of the tree species like palu and milla are from dry zone species. The massive nuga trees like this is also very common here in Rumasil Mountains. Nuga trees and bo trees are referred in the Buddhist literature and culture, and it is also embedded to the Sri Lankan culture. So that is why it is very special.
Astonishingly, many varieties of trees and herbs can be identified around the Rumasala Nature Field Center.
Visitors of Nature Field Center of Rumasala can come here and visit this tree. This is a special tree. This tree is locally known as a Konthalat and can only be found 3 locations in Sri Lanka. So Rumasala is one of the best places to see this tree. This is an endangered plant, and that is why Rumasala is very special for its flora.
Rumasala is not only rich in its flora but also rich in its fauna as well. Different species of butterflies, birds and reptiles are reported at Rumasala.
Miniature waterfall is one of the special features of Rumasala Mountain. Why it is special? It is located just 9 feet above the sea level. This special waterfall creates a pond, and the water collected in that pond actually creating a small water stream that flows into the ocean through a Vatakeya shrubs in the coastal region of Rumasala Mountain. That is why this waterfall is very special to us and to the Rumasala Mountains.
The stone pillar racing upon the Rumasala hilltop is believed to be erected in 1875. This pillar, resembling a lighthouse, is constructed using 8 by 8 foot stones, kalugal, on a surface of natural stone slab to a height of 50 feet. As the folktales unfold, this lighthouse has misled enemy ships towards the rocky reefs, which destroyed them before reaching the shores. Consequently, it is presumed the tall stone pillar functioned as a defensive measure to be safeguarded from foes approaching across the island. Rumasala is enriched with a religious and cultural setting as well. A Buddhist temple named Sri Vivekaramaya and a Hindu kovil, which is worshipped by Hindu devotees, coexist in Rumasala. It is said that this celebrated Hindu kovil was built around 3 centuries ago, and its devotees had steered well pagans but deities in the 1800s as well. Surrounded with a rich biodiversity and cultural heritage, the Rumasala Nature Field Center conducts educational and promotional programs on the environment frequently.
මෙම ස්ථානයේ පවතින පාරිසරික වටපිටාවත් එක්කලා විවිධ රැස්වීම් සම්මන්ත්‍රණ ඒ වගේම මානසික සුවය පතා කරන යෝග වැඩසටහන් වගේ දේවල් වලට හොඳ ඉල්ලුමක් මෙම ස්ථානයේ පවතිනවා. අනාගතයේ වුණත් යම් කෙනෙකුට ඒ වගේ වැඩසටහනක් සඳහා වෙන් කරගන්න පුළුවන් බොහොම සුදුසු ස්ථානයක් තමයි මේ සෝභාගත මධ්‍යස්ථානය.
අපි නිවැරදි මඟ පෙන්වීමක් දෙනවා නම් මෙවැනි මාර්ගය පෙන්වලා දෙනවා නම් මං හිතන්නේ අපිට යහපත් සමාජයක් කරා ගමන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් අන්න ඒ වෙනුවෙන් තමයි අපි මේ සෝභාගත මධ්‍යස්ථානය පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ රටේ පරිසරය ආරක්ෂා කිරීමට පමණක් නෙවෙයි.
Every citizen of this country, along with the civil society, as well as the authorities such as Coast Conservation Department, Forest Department, marine authorities, should get together and protect Rumasala Mountain as well as the Buona Vista Coral Reef for future generation. It is our duty to protect Buona Vista Coral Reef.